Welcome to the next video of the sixth section, adding functionality to the remaining buttons. In the previous video, we have learned about drawing irregular lines and supershapes. In this video, we'll learn how to add functionality to the remaining buttons. We will now code the features related to the remaining toolbar buttons. Specifically, we will code these functions: draw_text, delete_item, fill_item, duplicate_item, move_to_top, drag_item, enlarge_item_size, and reduce_item_size. Let's start with the code for draw_text. When a user clicks on the draw_text button, we want to show these options in the top bar. The user can enter text in the text box and specify its font size and fill color. Once the user presses the Go button, the text appears on the center of the canvas. Let us therefore define the draw_text_options method. This code is self-explanatory. The Go button is attached to a command callback named on_create_text_button_clicked, which is defined as: our draw_text method is now functional. Next, let's code the delete_item method. The operations that we want to do now are slightly different from their predecessors. Earlier, we were creating items on the canvas. Now, we have to target items already present on the canvas. The item that needs to be targeted is the one on which the user clicks with his or her mouse. Fortunately, getting the item handle for the item under the mouse is very easy using the current tag. Accordingly, the code for delete_item is as: now, if you select the Delete button from the toolbar and click on any item on the canvas, that item is deleted. Next, let's code the fill_item and fill_item_options methods. We had to use a try except block above because some canvas items, like lines and text, do not have an outline option. Next, we code the duplicate_item method. In order to duplicate an item, we need to know three things: type of item, if the item is a line, oval, rectangle, arc, or polygon; the coordinates for the item; the configurations of the item. We can get the type of item as a string using the type method as. This returns a string like line, oval, arc, rectangle, or polygon. In order to recreate the item of the same type, we need to append the string create_ to the return type and call the method. The coordinates of a given item can be obtained by calling the coordinates method is highlighted here. The configurations for an item can be obtained as a dictionary using the command. This returns all the configurations for an item, whether specified or not specified. For example, here's a sample of a dictionary returned by calling this method on a canvas item. Clearly, we do not require those configuration values that are empty or zero. We therefore write a method that filters out all the necessary configurations. Now that we know how to fetch all required elements to duplicate a canvas item, here's the code for a duplicate_item. Finally, the last line calls a function wrapper that actually runs the function that duplicates the canvas item. Now, if you create an item, select the Duplicate Item button and click on the item, a duplicate item is created. However, since we do not want the duplicate item to be created exactly on top of the existing item, we offset its coordinates by 10 pixels from the coordinates of the item being duplicated. This offsetting is done in the line. Now, if you create an item on the canvas, select the Duplicate Item button and click on the item, its duplicate is created at an offset of 10 pixels from the original item. Next, we code the move_to_top method. We have already discussed that items added to the canvas are added on top of each other. What if we want to move an item previously added to the canvas? The following image shows what it means to move an item on top of the other. We use the tag_raise and tag_lower method to move items higher and lower in the stack. We use tag_raise to define the move_to_top method. This code raises the clicked item highest up in the item stack. Next, we define the drag_item method. This method uses the move method to change the coordinates of a given item. Since we want a drag to occur continuously and not as a jump from one place to another, we temporarily bind the mouse binding to update the start and end coordinates like we did when we defined the draw_irregular_line method. Finally, we define two methods to enlarge and reduce item size. We use the canvas.scale method to increase and reduce item size by 20%. Note that immediately upon item resize, we reconfigure the scroll region option to update the scroll bar. The bbox method returns the bounding box for an item. The syntax is: this returns the bounding box as a tuple of length 4. If the item specifier is omitted, the bounding box for all items is returned. Note that the bounding box values is approximate and may differ from the real value by a few pixels. This concludes the iteration. All the buttons in the left toolbar are now functional. Let's see the output. Great! We've successfully learned how to add functionality to the remaining buttons. In the next video, we'll learn how to add functionality to the menu items.